Before this video starts, I just wanted to say this was my first time doing a narration video, so some things might sound off. Either I talk too fast or too slow, or maybe the story doesn't make too much sense. Anyways, I tried to keep as much of the speedrun in without cutting much so that you guys can learn from it. But I can also upload an unedited version of the full run if anyone is interested in it. Just comment below if you want it. I was one day away from getting a sub 60-minute solo speedrun of 99 Nights in the Forest, but the deer ruined everything. Before we get to the run itself, let me show you how I got here. I spent the last 48 hours cooking up ways to shave time off for each night. I logged in and created the optimal day multiplier formula that would allow me to get the fastest time possible. I even discovered a couple sneaky tricks that sped things up more than I expected. Now onto the speedrun. The class I chose was the Alien class. It gives you movement speed and starts you off with a ray gun, which is really good for rescuing each kid. I have a video on a weapons tier list for rescuing each kid, so if you want to watch that and start cooking up speedrun tactics, I've linked it in the description below. For the start of the speedrun, you want to keep switching servers until you find a server that starts out with 6 wooden logs instead of only a coal item. Drop 2 of the wooden logs into the grinding machine and drop the remaining 4 into the fire. I did a quick scan of the area to see if there are any houses around me. There wasn't, so I started collecting coal and throwing scraps closer to the campfire. I collected more coal and saw a house. I dropped the coal to throw them close to the fire so that I had sack space to collect the chairs. For this house, I opened the chest and collected each chair. I got really lucky and got a spear. I started heading back to deposit the stuff in my sack. I threw the coal closer to the fire. Then I ate some berries to keep my hunger up while exploring, kept collecting scraps while making my way around the map. I discovered the first kid's location, used my spear to clear out the wolves. I headed back to the campfire, upgraded the fire to tier 3, then I went back to collect the kid. Got the key, walked through the door using the sack ghost block method, Dino Kid has been rescued, and I continued to gather scraps and fuel. Bought and placed the old bed. Here I had to chop down a tree to upgrade the crafting bench. Got the crafting bench upgraded and got the next bed. Tracked Kraken Kid's location and headed there. On the way I collected fuel and threw scraps closer to the fire. The spawn saved the run with the amount of fuel I got here. I realized I wouldn't make it to Kraken Kid in time to rescue them before the day was over, so I decided to return to the fire and deposit the stuff in my sack before the pelt trader arrived. The first rabbit didn't drop its foot, threw the tire into the grinder. Second rabbit didn't drop its foot. Upgrade the fire to tier 4. Third time's the charm. And we got it. Got my sack upgraded, which is really good. Now I actually head towards Kraken Kid's location to rescue them. I collected all the wood material in the house. Started killing the alpha wolves defending the kid. Another alpha wolf got aggroed, which was really annoying. Kraken Kid collected. This was a really risky play, but I'm glad I lived through it. Ate the cake and healed a bit. My sack got full, so I headed back to deposit it. Leveled the fire up to tier 5. And upgraded the crafting bench. Tracked Squid Kid's location. Found a med place and got a lot of healing items. Discovered Squid Kid's location and started killing the bears. While killing the bear, the deer spawned, which was insanely unlucky since this was only day 2. The odds of this happening is like extremely low. Because of the deer, I had to head back to the fire and I lost a lot of time here. I got the good bed and started heading back towards Squid Kid. Took a few hits from the bear. This could have been a lot better, but the ping was not on my side. Squid Kid rescued. I was really mad that the deer spawned on me, so I decided to open the chest. This was a waste of time. Now, the run was basically over, so I will start skipping a lot more of the footage. I deposited my first full sack after rescuing Squid Kid. Tracked Koala Kid's location. My second deposit. I didn't really get much fuel here, but it didn't really matter anymore. Started Koala Kid's rescue. rescued Koala Kid. Bought a map here and a sundial so that I could find a stronghold. I found the stronghold and started clearing it. I did really bad in here and had to use a lot of bandages. I finished the stronghold and looted it. Upgraded the crafting bench and bought the final bed. And that's basically the entire speedrun. Everything else was just AFK. This definitely could have been a sub 60-minute run, but a lot of unfortunate things occurred. I also did not find any of the new forest fragments at the golden chest around the map. But if I did, I could have used those to help speed up the run a few minutes. So, this concludes my speedrun. I will continue trying for a sub 60-minute speedrun. Subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions or improvements I could do, you can comment them and I will read it and try my best to implement them. With that, if you want to challenge me on the speedrun, best of luck and take care.